Hey folks, we are back. I would have been back a little sooner, but I got a phone call from my roommate wondering if I accidentally took his keys for his car. I said, no. I said, I know where they normally are, where you stick them. Yep. Anyways, we're back on the top. We got to disconnect the rope where we were at. There's a nice little spot to chill right here, like when it's really hot outside. See, like right now it's overcast, but when I first got up here, it was really hot. And so I hid in this little cove here because it was shady. And the wind comes through the side there, which is the edge of the cliff, and circles around the rock here, and then comes back out the other side. So there's a good spot when you first come up. It's a good shady spot. There's not really any shade trees up here. Let me get my gloves. Speaking of gloves, I actually got poked by a cactus on the way up here through my gloves. I went to reach on the side of a rock cliff I was climbing and got my fingers. But, yeah, we're back on top now. This is the mountain that has a lot of fossils in it. There's some coral in here, a lot of mussels and shells, clams, all sorts of places all over the place. Here's some fruit. The dark burgundy is actually ripe right now, so there's another one there that fell down. Yeah, I got to retrieve my rope. It should be right down here. Yep, there she is, right there. I just went down that cliff. Oh. And I almost went down again right there. No, I'm joking. We didn't fall down. We did just rappel down it though about half hour ago. All right, let me get that off. And then I'll just let it go. And then I got to roll it up and stick it inside of a bag down there. But I want to walk around the top here a little bit, maybe a little farther than I did before, to see where else I can drop down possibly later. But let me flip this for you guys. Oh, that didn't work. Let me put it right here. Let's see if that works. The grass thingies are in the way. It's not quite the right angle. I gotta watch it because I'm not tied in. Alright, you guys want to say goodbye to the rope as we drop it? Ready?
Hey, bye-bye. Bye-bye, little people on the phone. Bye. I'm going to fall 130 feet. Bye. Whee!
Rope! Ooh, that took a while. All of a sudden you're kaboom! Alright, I'm going to walk around this cliff some more. See if those two ropes are still up here. There was two ropes that were tied up here. How did I get up there last time? Did I crawl through this or around the corner? Oh, there's a whole bunch of bees. Let me get down. There's a whole swarm of bees going by. Hold it. What's up, Will? You missed out on my first live. I was rappelling down a cliff. 130 feet. Alright. I'm looking for these other two ropes that are up here. One of them I can get to, the other one I don't think I can because it's down the side of a cliff. Trying to remember if there was some here or not. It'd be a good spot for chains. I could put two chains up there, then a safety one up on top if I wanted to. That'd be a nice one to go down. I'd have to put some chains in though. That's an option. Put some two anchors right into this face. And then another one back farther, maybe on one of these or back there, maybe down here as a personal anchor point while you're leaning down. There might already be some there, it's just hard to see when you're up on top. They're all over this mountain. You're arresting a woman beater. Hey, good for you. Hey, there's ladies that beat guys too. Unfortunately, they never believe the guy, which is so sad because women are just as abusive verbally and emotionally as a man is physically. It's sad, and they get away with it. Just stating facts. Just stating facts. See if I can find those tie-ins. I got a little ways yet, I think. This be a decent one. Is there any chains on the side there? Or tie-ins? I don't see any. They're probably around the corner more. It got a little cooler because the sun got covered. Ooh. Here shortly there should be some tie-ins in the rock. Found them just on the top here, so you can tie in and rappel down in. I'll probably have to go this way. The cactus over on the other spot. Let's see. This little spot. Gotta get poked by the ocotillo or by the cactus. I'd rather get poked by an ocotillo. You don't have the little furries that get you. This is a dead ocotillo. That's sad. Quack, quack. Where is this? What's up, Natural Touch? This is Southern Arizona. I am on the Mustang Mountains. I just went down a rock cliff and then came back up and dropped my rope. Now I'm looking around again. I've been over on this side once before. I'm trying to find these other tie-ins that are up here. There's a whole bunch all in the face, but there's a couple that are at the very top here. One of them's got ropes already tied into it. Two of them actually. Ooh. There's a lot of fossils up here too. In these rocks here, limestone, sedimentary stone. They're all over the place. Here's some right there, little fossils. There's part of a shell right there. Careful, catch you later. Yep, it is beautiful. Yeah, no, it's not the Catalinas. I haven't been to the Catalinas in a while. They're kind of far to me, the Catalina Mountains. I was on the outskirts of them back in beginning of the year. Right before it changed, I went to some caves over there. All right, if I recall, there's some tie-ins in this cliff's face. I think it's right on the face here. No, but I remember suggesting that I could put some right there on that face over there. Maybe there was some. I almost thought there was some. There's no chains there. I thought there was some back in here. Back in the solid here. We could tie it and then go over and put like a rock protector there. I believe there's a rope on the face here. There's one up a little farther. Where are those tie-ins? Thought they were in this thingy. Might have got grown over. I gotta watch out for snakes this time of year, this time of day. All right, let me get up this. Maybe it's this spot where those tie-ins are. Water puddles there sometimes. I think one rope might be tied down in there, or the face of this one. My shoe's partway untied. There we go. But one of these has some anchors in it. I remember seeing them up further back. There's a couple sets of them. Just gotta find them. Ooh. I'll put maybe a pile of rocks there so I can remember next time. There they are. There's the one with the rope on it. The other rope, I've actually been on this one. There's another one around the corner over there, a rope. I've been on this rope. To me, it should just be taken down and stored somewhere because I don't want someone to use it thinking it's strong enough. I mean, it probably is. Yeah, it's got two nice tie-ins here. But I don't want it to get rotted up here and someone goes on it and gets ruined. The person gets ruined. It's still pretty tight because I put it pretty tight. What's up, tired redneck? Can you shoot out there? The part along the river is private property. Once you're on the trail for a little while, it's considered BLM and state trust. And we also have a bear. Guys, there's a bear right there. And I don't have my gun on me. Let me put this down. There's a bear out there. No joke. There is a bear. I've never seen a bear up here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Ah, come on, zoom in. There he is right there. Look, there's a brown bear or a black bear or something. Look at that. There's a bear right there looking at me. I better watch it. There could be another one out here. Hey, bud. How you doing? And I almost brought my gun. Well, I have two of them, but they're not with me. They're downstairs. They're down by my rope. And I don't have any equipment if I have to hurry up and get out of here and go down this. There is a bear right there, folks. Hey, bud. How's it going? That's pretty cool. No, there's one right there. Right there's a bear. You want me to get closer? He says, you're baiting us. That is a bear. I thought it was a cow at first because they're up here. What's up, buddy? You all right? Just standing there. There's probably another one sneaking up behind me. I just had 20 people in here and then I said there's a bear and everybody left. He's right there. Right there in the center. See? Right there's a bear. Tip of my finger. I'm just out here in the desert hiking around on this cliffside. And we find a bear. I just got to watch my footing and make sure there's no other bears around here. There he goes. He's wandering off now. He's climbing away. I saw a bear. Where was that bear? Up in, there's some mountains way back that way, in between, way out there. I found one on the other side over there. See, there he is. He's looking back at me. Right there. Look at that. There he is. He's got some of his old coat on top yet. Hey, bud, do you need some help? You okay? He kind of keeps looking back like he wants me to follow him. I mean, I was heading this way anyways. Let me put my other glove on real quick. Kind of cool, huh? To catch a bear on live. He's looking at me again. Did I mess up your meal plan, buddy? 400 pounds, running godly speeds. Let's see if I can switch it again. Yeah, he's up there still. He's right. Let's see if I can zoom back in. It's hard to zoom with gloves on. He's up there. He was starting to come my way. And then he kind of quit. And then he went up. And now he's looking at me again. Sorry, bud. I mean, I kind of took your best route, maybe. You can go down that cliff. I've gone that way. It's got two rough spots. He probably knows all about this country, though. That's just funny. Yeah, I don't know if it's a black bear or brown bear, but I don't know. I think they're called a cinnamon bear. He still has some of his coat on top that's kind of scruffly. All right. You just mind your business, I'll mind mine, buddy. All right, let's look some more along this cliff here. I passed the one tie-ins besides that rope I saw. The other rope, there's the other rope right there. There's the other one. That might have been the one I was actually on, that rope, because the other one's further around the corner. I'm not really sure how to get to that one. I think you have to like lean on that little edge there. Let's see, they're using, to tie that one in, I think they're using ram's horns. Huh, that's a different way. But yeah, I've been on that rope. I thought it was the other one, but it's actually that one. Unless someone set up a third one, but I don't think they did. There's another chain right there around the corner. Making sure that guy's still making his way out of here. There's some tie-ins right there. Those are probably for a personal anchor. It could be. Although there's two of them. I don't know how strong that is. You could tie into that and go down right there. This right here is called the superhero wall. There's like little pockets that they put little minifigure superheroes in them. They call this wall right here the superhero wall. Like Mephisto, Superman. There's a couple names. The bear still up there? But this is where it'd be nice to tie in if I knew my rope would reach. I know my 220 would, so I could put my 220 down that, which is brand new. That bear still wandering around out there? He was up there. He must have went back behind a tree. I don't see him right now. He'd be somewhere in this area now, probably. All right, let's go along the cliffside some more. I don't want to get too close because maybe his buddy's near and he'll just push me off. I think I passed that one set. There's another set of tie-ins way far from the cliff. They're a little rusty. I think I passed them already. I don't think I went this far last time. There's some ripe fruit. That's pretty good stuff. You make some jam with that. Actually, jelly. Those are really good. You don't see him when you have to worry. Exactly. Thing is, he must have known that I didn't have any pew-pews on me. They're both down by my pack. My 9 and my 22 mag. I almost put the 22 mag in. That would just tick him off, though. Oh, there's a fossil right there, folks. Ain't that cool? Look at these pretty little flowers. Oh, it feels so good out here. Here you got multiple steps. Like you got your drop down here. That's probably what? From the top to the bottom before it rounds out again. 200, 150. But then you got another drop that's about 250. And over here too. And of course you got the big boy right there. That's about 350. Yeah, you might as well spit on them. Yeah, the other one is some plus P hand loads that I loaded. That's in the 9 mil. But again, they don't do me any good when they're down around the corner off the cliff where I was climbing, where I rappelled down the cliffside. This is a nice spot right here. Any tie-ins here? Oh, yep, there's one right there. Except I don't think I'd want to use that. Isn't it just hooked up around that Ocotillo? Ouch. I haven't been this far. It looks like it's just hooked up around that Ocotillo. Dude, I would never trust that. You gotta be joking. Of course, this isn't quite as far, I don't think. I would not tie around an Ocotillo. Oh, that rope's been up here a while. This stuff's probably loose. I gotta watch it. Yep, look at that. Yeah, this rope has been there a long time. Okay, so it goes around the corner there. I think they have a quick tie, like a quick draw, and then it goes straight down from there. Why'd they tie in an Ocotillo? I don't know about that. Looks like their little rock protector broke. It used to be around the corner so it wouldn't get frayed. I would not trust that rope worth a hoot. You know what? I'm just going to take this down. Someone is going to try this and break themselves. Here, let me flip this. I'm going to take this off, guys. That's just unsafe. Exactly. Yeah. The next guy's going to pass away, whoever runs that. That rope's ready for the garbage. The other two are okay. I've been on the one. They're okay, but this one, rock. This one, no. Someone's going to hurt themselves. 2 reasons. The rope's no good. Plus, you're tied to Ocotillo. Come on, guys. Rock. The carabiners are still good. I don't know what they have it tied on the other end, though. Yeah, exactly. Cut it down. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Someone's going to kill themselves. It's tied into something. I don't know what. Yeah, that's just dumb as a box of rocks to leave that up there. Whoops, I just got my finger with cactus. Just barely. Let's see if I can get this out from the tree here. There we go. Okay, I got 2 carabiners out of it. The sling, I wouldn't trust the sling. It's a Petzl, made in France. But these are still good. This one's a salamander, and this one is a black diamond. That guy died. Yeah, maybe. I gotta make sure that bear is not sneaking up behind me. And I don't know, you guys might be able to see it better. Let's see if I can flip the camera. I don't know where that's tied in at because my feet are too loose to lean over too much. I don't know where that's tied in. It's probably a quick draw. It's a nice spot to go down. About 200, maybe 175, 50. But that rope is too dangerous. Someone will pull on it now and realize that it's disconnected. That guy died. He might have. Ugh. I gotta make sure that that bear ain't back here. Ooh, wow, that would be a far one. Guys, this one, look at this one. This one right here would be a pretty big one coming down. Yeah, I'd say from there to there, that's about 175. I don't know if there's any tie-ins on the top end there. But yeah, that was a little, I don't really like it that they had this tied into that. All right, make sure that bear's not by me again. I just don't want him to spook up on me and get startled and fall off a cliff, or he pushes me off or something. There's some cool looking rock. All right, let's get these. Yeah, I just was rappelling a little bit ago. I just hopefully saved somebody's life. Someone had this wrapped around that Ocotillo, and if they would go down that thing, they would have offed themselves accidentally. But yeah, I just went down a 130-foot cliff. I'm back up on top now looking around. I haven't been this far. There's a century plant stuck. But yeah, where's that bear at? Hopefully he was okay. I don't want him to be bugging me. He was right in here the first time I saw him. I was like, oh, look, guys, there's a bear. The guy's like, no, you're baiting us. No, it's right there. It literally was. I gotta wrap this some more. It's gonna get caught on stuff. Tough. Yeah, Ocotillo is what they were tied off to, which honestly is decently strong because it was into the rock. But I would highly discourage that. I'd rather just put some tie-ins. I gotta put you guys down. Sorry. There we go. But yeah, that bear is probably somewhere over here now. He was right in here the first time I saw him. We might get some rain. It's sprinkling over there. Hey, I wouldn't mind some of that rain on me right now. I feel kind of good. Ooh. See if I see that bear. He's got to be around farther that way now. All right, let's keep climbing. I don't have my flashlight on me if it gets dark on us, but I do have my phone. I've been up and down the trail though 3 times in the dark. I had headlamps though. Can I see where that rope was tied in? Possibly. Yeah, they have it tied into like a quick draw D-ring. Yeah, once someone puts weight on it, it'll just go zip, so they'll know not to put any weight on it. Yeah, that one's been there a while, and it was a red rope, and it faded out to a peachy white color. So you know that thing is expired by weather. Let's see here. Any good climbing spots here that are already chained out? This is that spot that's about 200. 175, 200. I mean, I'd have to put some chains up there and go down. Or up in there somewhere. That rock looks pretty solid. Yeah, there was literally a bear on the live while we were talking about 20 minutes ago. I all of a sudden looked up and there's this brown animal that at first I thought was a cow. I'm like, no, that's a bear. It was like right in here. When I was down over there, somewhere over there, I looked up, he was up in here. He looked at me for a while, kind of went my way and then turned around and went that way. Looked at me again, kind of came back a little bit again and then left again. So, I don't know. It was a cinnamon, pretty sure. Cinnamon brown bear, black bear or something. Cinnamon black bear. We don't have brown bears, I don't think. supposedly there's a path between the farmhouse peak here and the rest of it here. Through that center there, supposedly there's some tie-ins to go through. Maybe next time I'm here I'll try that. So the trail splits somewhere about in here where these big old boulders are. And you either go right, which heads the way I was at, because you're heading up, so that'd be right. Or left, which zigzags up this way. You can see kind of the trail there. It goes up to the face here. Those are water holes for cows. That's an old, this whole section here is an old, what do you call it, quarry for rocks. And there's some cows down there. I wonder how deep that quarry is right now. It's probably like 15 feet. Watch out for any critter. Exactly, yeah, there's that bear. He seemed really chill. I didn't realize there was bear in this area. I didn't think it was mountainous enough, like pine trees and all that, like those mountains there. Those are the whetstones. I'm on the Mustang Mountains. I'm trying to think how much farther I should go. I would love to go all the way to the other side and drop down, but I don't have any water with me. So let me check this out real quick. There's kind of a flat spot right here. This whole section is kind of flat, like if they did some digging or something. There is one little mine on the trail on the way up here. Where you at, bear? All right, well, I should start heading back. That might be another little mine right there. Right. Oh, I can't see it. It might be a boulder. I hear a helicopter coming. There's a couple little flat terraces. There's one here. There's one right there. One right there. Kind of cool. There's fossils everywhere. The signal might be a little spotty right here. Sorry, guys, because I'm getting around the corner. Let me get back in the better signal area. What's up, Naomi? Is that peyote on those cacti? I don't know. There might be peyote out here. Make sure I don't come across another bear. Oh. There comes that helicopter. I'm fine, buddy. We didn't fall down. We just protected somebody by taking a faulty rope down. Oh, look at that. There's a golden eagle. Or something. Something for falcon. Whee! Look at that. Pretty. And there's a helicopter. Orange. Huh. I'm not sure if I've seen an orange one around here. Feels good out here because I'm sweaty. There's a breeze. We might get sprinkled on. We'll see. That'd be nice. See if I can find some of these fossils again to show you guys. Yeah, there's cacti everywhere, but I don't know about peyote. It's that natural psychedelic stuff, allegedly. I recall. Here comes the semi. All right. Once I start heading down the main cliff on the back end, I don't need a rope or anything. Just kind of slide down. I can't have the live on because it's just dead back in there. There's no signal. But yeah, we just took a rope off of that Ocotillo that if someone used, they would have died. Dangerous. There's two more over here, and I'm tempted to take them down too, but I believe they're still okay. I've been on one of them. Just iffy. They're suspicious. That's how I was getting up from looking at one of them when I saw that bear. Here's one of the ropes right there. They're already up. I'm just afraid they're going to get ruined and someone's going to try them out and kill themselves. That one, I'm not sure how I would get undone because I don't have my personal anchor on me to go around the corner to unlatch that. Is he out and about still, that bear? He was up in that corner over there somewhere. I don't see him. All right, let's see if we can get by this rope here. So that was, should be on the face right there. Last time I was here too, I saw some anchors like way back in somewhere. Probably all overgrown. But yeah, there's a rope. If you go on the edge here, if I don't fall down, get my glasses, they about fell out. It should be right there. Yep. No, it's not one of those anchors. Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't trust that rope. I've been on one of these. I don't remember if it was this one or the other one. I almost think it was this one. Although, wasn't that rope over there last time? On those anchors, one of these ropes? Yeah, because it has chafing on the what you call it right there. Man, if I could get that undone, I don't have anything to tie myself in to lean over the edge. That's the problem. They probably have a tie-in somewhere up here. You have an anchor in this rock somewhere where I can tie in? I don't know. Oh, there's some thunder. They might have just went down this little spot here and then walked on that little teeny edge down there to get to it. I just don't want anybody going on that. I've actually been on that one. I think it was that one. Might be the one around the corner here. It's dangerous. He went downwind and has attempted to double back on you for a meal. Possibly. Might be just chilling behind something. See, that storm over there is going at it. See, this rope I think is still okay. It's actually here and there, it's tied off somewhere. It's got one of these have a tie off. This one I think I would leave. That other one has some chafing on it. I would almost want to take it off. I don't know. That other one's definitely iffy, even though I've been on it. Anyways, we need to head down here shortly. See if I can see him. Oh, yep, there he is. He's up there. I don't know if I can see him now. Let's see if I can zoom in. Let me take my glove off. Here, I'll get you guys yet. Give me a bit. I'll show you the bear. He's still out there. Since I'm farther back, you can see him. Oh, he went behind a tree. Ah! Ah! He was up in there somewhere. Towards the up ridge. That's the way I was headed. I was like, nah, I just might as well turn around. I don't have enough to go all the way up there and back again. Plus, I need some water. He's up in there. I just saw him again. He's probably behind a tree. Should I howl like a coyote? My throat's too dry to get a good one in. He's up there again. I just saw him. As soon as I turned my back and looked that way, he was headed up the hill. He's right at the crown up here somewhere. Right up in here. There's a cinnamon brown bear. Or black bear, actually. Sorry. He's up there somewhere. Alright, let's flip this back. I gotta get my glove back on. I can't use the screen with these gloves on. Don't work. It doesn't work. He was headed down, so I'm not sure what he was after. There's no water puddles up here currently. He might have been looking for some. Currently, there's none up. You can see where water was. Here, let me push the switch this back here. There's some cool stuff like this, where it's kind of all hollowed out. Pretty neat looking. Yeah, I don't see him anymore. Oh, no, there he is. He's up there. He's right in that area, the tip of my finger. He's right behind a tree up there. You can't really see him. You could barely see his back. He's up there, but oh, there he is looking at my way. He's pretty high up there compared to where he was, because he was right in here. And then he went that way, and then back that way, zigzagging up the mountain. All right. So like these fill up with water, and animals come and drink them. Probably birds mostly. But he might have been checking to see if there was any water in them. All right, I got to go down this part way and then head a left. And I can't have a live on in there because it'll die. There's no signal. There's a clamshell fossil right there. So it'd be laying like this, the cup side. Right there, there's the edges. The sedimentary limestone set in. Pretty cool. And it was not from millions of years ago. It's from the flood of Genesis, just so you know. There's another one over there. Right there. What's up, bot? I do remember you. Yep. I've been wandering around. We came across the bear that was watching us for a while. He's on the live. There's a bottle in there. He's up there still somewhere. I don't know if I can see him now. Yeah, I can see his head. He's looking across that way. He's straight up from right in here, tip of my finger. Hey Ray, welcome back. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see him. I can't zoom in enough with the live screen, but I got pretty close to him earlier. He's a cinnamon bear. Oh, cinnamon brown bear, black bear, sorry. Oh, these are pokey. So here's a nice spot to put some anchors in this face on the rock here. Yeah, a personal anchor, and put some chains down in there and rappel down that. That'd be pretty cool. You'd be hanging a lot though. That one would be better because it's more fragile.
Fragile.
Arizona Outdoors, you just missed us. About an hour ago, we were rappelling down a 130-foot cliff. And we just found a bear up there. He's looking at us right now, actually. Let's see if I can zoom in. Come on, gloves. Let's work, buddy. He's right there. He's looking at me. We were actually pretty close to him earlier. He's facing Longways, Broadway right now. But his face is looking at us. He's right there, tip of my finger. I can't zoom in with gloves on, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get you guys zoomed in. Let me take my glove off. Yeah, it's, same cliff, yeah. It's a long cliff face. Come on, fingers. There he is, right there. See him? Right there, tip of my finger. See that? That is a bear right there, tip of my finger. He's slowly making his way higher. He was coming down. I don't know what he's coming for. Me, maybe? Because there's really nothing up on this cliff other than bolts to tie in and rappel down in. There's a couple ropes already set, and I took one down because it was too dangerous. Let's see if I can find that rock cliff that I just went down. I'll show you here real quick outdoors, since you didn't see it. I should be to the face shortly where I went down. Let's see if I can find it. I got a little ways yet. Oh, it's a little ways yet. Oh dear. Oh. Just saying hi. Okay, bot, thanks for coming in again. Double tap the screen, folks. Like and subscribe if you like awesome content and seeing random bears come across you. Oh. I think I went around the edge last time. Cut across here. There's so much cactus along that edge. Let's see, I came through here. Remember talking about which one you'd rather be poked by, Ocotillo or cactus, and I said Ocotillo. Especially if that was jumping cactus. Alright, let me go through here. Or no, it'd be better through here, I think. Just be careful. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I don't have any of my personal equipment on right now. I took it all off. It's down the bottom of the cliff. I had to climb back up here to drop the rock. Sorry, drop the rope. Let me show you, I'll get to it eventually, where that cliff is I went down. Ooh, I can smell that rain. I can smell the rain coming. Let's see, I'm getting close. I've been up to the top here 4 times, I think. On the trail 5 or 6. Alright, I gotta be getting close. Let's see. Getting close. Lucky we need the rain here. Yep. Oh yeah, you need it? Well, look how green we are. We get it way before you because we're right next to the Mexico border. And we get it longer. Is this another fossil? Possibly. They're all over in this mountain. Coral and all sorts of stuff. A little bit further yet. This is where I drop down. Hold tight, my brother. We'll get you there. Getting very close. Let's just around the corner somewhere around here. Down right in that hole there? I think so. I think it's right here. Oh, yep, it's right here. So I just went down that cliff right there. Yeah, it is beautiful. So there's some chains right there that someone set, or some tie-ins. So like a month ago, I put a rope on here, dropped it, checked to see which route it went, left it overnight, came up the next day, and climbed it about 15 feet. I didn't quite like the stretch climbing it, but I knew I could repel it. So then I took it down, and I just stuck it up today, repelled down it, took all the equipment off, come back up here, and then drop the rope. Yeah, I have it on live. So my live that's just about to upload, it's currently sitting in pending mode. You know how long it takes, like 3, 4, 5 hours, sometimes half a day. It has me rappelling down that cliff. And I'm just hanging there for about 50 feet and doing a twirling clockwise on one of the section. Look at all those cows down there. Here, let me zoom in. Come on. There they are, a whole bunch of them. Some are those tan colors. Yeah, check it out. Of course, we had our GoPro on, so we're going to have long form out of that. It's always the iffy part once I'm past that little crown right there where you got to trust your gear fully and, you know, not go tumbling over the edge. Almost slipped. There's some good looking fruit right there. They're all getting ready to eat here. But yeah, guys, I got to get off the live because I got to go down this cliff, around the corner. Between this one and that, there's a saddle. Then I have to drop down on the face front here, go across through that wash, and then my car is right there. So unfortunately, we got to shut off the live here shortly. I feel so good now out here, though. Whew. Thank the Lord for cooler weather. Feels so good, very good. Because when I first came up here to set that rope, man, of course I had extra weight on me, like 40 pounds more. I got a little alcove I chill out in to cool off. Right here is always shady, so I sit in here and cool off for a while before I go out and about doing stuff. Okay, take care, Desert. Be safe getting down. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's pretty safe. It's a little bit of loose rocks like this on that corner over there, but it's not too bad. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the saddle again. But I gotta, let's see here. I gotta go all the way back to the face down here where I rappelled down, pick up my gear, roll up my rope, and then there's a trail all the way around the bottom here. Goes that way, goes back that direction. Right there's actually a little mine, buddy. Mr. Arizona, there's a mine right there. It's only about 15 feet deep. Right there's some little red dirt. There's a little mine right there. Pretty cool. Yep, anyways, the last time I was here, I had to cross that creek when it was flowing. It came out from the mountains there. I could slowly see it coming. Came across here and I had to walk across the creek while it was flowing. It's kind of cool. I had to wait until the raging quit. Anyways, appreciate you all coming to Desert Armory and More. We will not go live anymore today. Possibly on the face when we're headed down. Maybe, maybe not, but I bet you my phone's about to die. 20%, yeah. So remember, you can never go wrong serving Christ. He is the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but through Jesus Christ. And I'd appreciate your prayers. Tomorrow I'm actually sharing the word. It's been canceled a few times, so now I'm actually going to be doing it. So tomorrow I'm going to be sharing the word at church. So pray that goes well. It's going to be about victory in Christ and how we can live above the world and the pleasures of sin that can so easily drag us down. It'd be better if we just jump off this cliff than have sin reign in our lives. Of course, that would be wrong. Obviously, you'd be killing yourself. But in other words, like, you want to make sure that you're with Christ. Definitely. He's your good anchor point. That's one thing about that anchor point over there. That could be you're tied into the rock, Christ, and how you're trusting that rope to keep you safe, which would be Christ. Anyways, appreciate you all. Have a good one. Till next time, folks. Thank you so much for coming by. Bye for now. Adios.